Hello, my name is Teresa Green, and I am a survey group leader in the Upper Midwest region in Des Moines, Iowa. I will be covering Section G of the June area questionnaire, Hogs and Pigs. Section G will be asked of all tract operators. Question 1 is our screening question. On June 1st, did this operation own or raise any hogs or pigs, regardless of location? If yes, we will continue to item 2. If no, we will ask if anyone will raise hogs or pigs on this operation before December 1st of this year. Record the answer in the checkbox and complete box 492, then move to Section H. If the respondent stated that operation owned or raised hogs on June 1st, we continue down the page. Questions 2 and 3 ask about hogs located on the total acres operated, which were recorded in Section E. Record the number of hogs and pigs on the acres operated in question 2. If any of the hogs were owned by someone else, record the number of hogs and the owner in items 3A and 3B. Be sure to complete item 3C as well. If the operator does not have any hogs or pigs on the total acres operated, skip to question 4. Questions 4 through 6 ask about hogs or pigs owned by this operation. The number of hogs owned by this operation is recorded in question 4. If the operation does not own hogs or pigs, skip to Section H. If the operation does own hogs, continue down the page. Question 5 asks if the owned hogs are located on another operation. If the answer is yes, record as much information as possible regarding where the hogs are located. Question 6 asks if the operation raised hogs or pigs under another operation name in the last 12 months. Answers to both of these questions assist us in determining if we have any duplication. If the answer is yes, record as much information as possible. This section of the questionnaire itself is pretty straightforward, but let's take a look at how it relates to the 3 main types of hog operations. This information may be helpful if you need to probe for some answers from an operator, or they won't give you specific numbers. For office staff, knowing the type of operation can be very helpful. Each type of operation has its benefits and drawbacks, but producers are looking to maximize production while reducing risk. The 3 types of hog operations are an independent, which includes operations that raise hogs for home use or 4-H, a contractor, or a contractee. For an independent operation, the operator will both own and raise the hogs. They will provide all inputs and will market hogs on their own. This is an example of how you would complete Section G for an independent operation. The screening question in item 1 is yes. In question 2, you would record the number of hogs and pigs on the total acres operated. In this example, we have 100 head. For question 3, hogs and pigs owned by someone else, the answer is no. For the bottom half of the page, the number of hogs and pigs this operation owned in question 4 is the same 100 hogs that were recorded in question 2. For question 5, none of the hogs are located on someone else's land, and for this example, there was no other business name used in the last 12 months. For a contractor operation, the operation owns the hogs, but someone else raises the hogs. This someone else is called the contractee. There is usually a written contract between the contractor and contractee, and the contractor will provide some inputs to the contractee to help raise the hogs. This could include feed or veterinary services. As it relates to the questionnaire, for contractor operations, question 1 is answered yes, since the operation owns hogs. Question 2 asks about hogs and pigs on the acres operated. For an operation that is only a contractor, there are no hogs and pigs on their own land, so we will skip to question 4. In question 4, we record the number of hogs and pigs the contractor owns. In this case, we have 100,000 head. For question 5, we made a note about the people, also known as contractees, raising the hogs for this contractor. In this example, for question 6, the operation did not use any other business name in the last 12 months. For a Contract D operation, someone else owns the hogs, but the operation raises them. The owner in this case is called the contractor. The contractor will pay the Contract D to raise hogs, usually a flat fee, either by head or pig space. As it relates to the questionnaire, for a Contract D operation, question 1 is answered yes, since the operation raises the hogs. Question 2 asks about hogs and pigs on the acres operated. For a Contract D, we would record the number of hogs on their land. In this example, there are 4,000 head. Question 3 asks if these hogs are owned by someone else, so we check yes in 3A and record the number of hogs raised for someone else. In this case, it's the same 4,000 hogs that were recorded in question 2. In question 3B, we record the name and address of the hog owner. For question 3C, we check yes that the hog owner is a contractor. In question 4, this operation does not own any hogs, so we will skip to section H. You may encounter a situation where the operation owns hogs. Some of them are raised by the operation, some of them are raised by contractees. In the situation noted here, the operation owns 5,000 hogs. Of those 5,000 hogs, the operation raises 3,000 themselves and has someone else raise 2,000 hogs for them. In this example, question 1 is yes, and for question 2, we record the 3,000 hogs on the total acres operated. Question 3 is no, since this operation owns all of those hogs. For question 4, we record the 5,000 hogs the operation owns. For question 5, we answer yes, since the operation has contractees raising some of those 5,000 hogs. And for question 5A, record the name, address, and phone number, or as much information as you can obtain, of the contractee or contractees raising those 2,000 hogs. In this scenario, for question 6, the operation did not have another business name in the last 12 months. That concludes my presentation on Section G, Hogs and Pigs of the June Area Questionnaire. Thank you for your time and all of your efforts collecting data for agriculture.